If you've made a mistake far down in your knitting on a group of stitches, there's no need to tear your work apart. It's pretty easy to target just these few stitches down below and save yourself the time. So identify the error. Here I have some purl stitches in the middle of my stockinette stitch. So what we want to do is knit over to just before I've made the first mistake. So I've got this mistake here and the stitch above it is right here. If you can't identify that, that's okay. Do a couple before. That's going to be just fine. So I've reached that stitch and now you can see that I have 4 purl stitches down below. And again, if you can't count the number of stitches that you need to take off, just take off a few extra at the end. But I just have the 4. So what you do is slip those stitches off the needle. Now I'm going to pull back the strands to release that group of stitches. And if you don't know where to stop, you can put a marker just below the mistake you've made. But what you want to do is see this strand right behind here. You just pull that loose. And there's no danger of pulling it too far because your needles are going to stop it on both sides. So do that until you have taken your mistake apart. So now you're going to need 2 needles that are 2 sizes smaller than the ones you've been knitting with. And we're going to get these stitches back on the needle. If you twist them, that's totally okay. You can untwist them while you're knitting. Okay, so move your needles so that these stitches are a little more central so they don't fall off. If you have needle stoppers, you can use those as well. Okay, so identify the strands that are back here, and it might look like a mess, but they do go in order. And so you're going to want to find the strand that is the lowest. So if you kind of pull these tight like this, they'll even out a little more, and you can clearly see this one is our lowest strand. So we're going to grab that. And I am an English knitter, but doing this continental works best because you can hold your yarn in this hand. It's a little harder to throw it over here, but I do have a tutorial on that if you want to check that out. So grab your other smaller needle and we're just going to start knitting these. It's not the easiest to do, I'll be honest, but I like to take my 4th finger and kind of create some tension there and then hold the yarn like so. So just start knitting your stitches. This one's twisted, so like I said, we can fix that now. So go in through the back loop and knit another twisted stitch through the back loop. This one is on correctly, so we just knit as normal. Now you can see there's quite a bit of slack left from that strand, so we can go through and tighten up. Oops. Just pull that slack through as best you can. Try to even it out. Okay. Now at this point you can go through and still use your needle size that's 2 sizes smaller. You can go up 1 as well. It's really up to you. If you go up a little higher, it's going to help with that slack that we just kind of dealt with. I don't mind it. I think it makes it a little easier to do the knitting. But now we are just going to continue on like that. So again, identify the next lower strand and grab that and go ahead and knit. And then we can do the next ones just like that. If things get a little tight on the last stitch, You might have to just hold it like so and bring it through. And then don't forget, we do have to knit these. So don't put them onto your needle as if you've just knit them. I'm right-handed, so I put them back on the left-handed needle. And then we are all set where we left off. And we can just continue to knit. And if these stitches are a little loose, they should block out when you're all finished with your project. And there you go, all fixed.